Well, hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Plant Murder. We're headed back to the Kew Gardens to investigate the private rooms that guy was like, "Do you seriously think you're going to find the plants in there? I'm sorry, Mr. Holmes, those rooms are private." Yeah, well, not anymore, pal. Because you know what? You know, because now there's murder. And that's not, unless you want me to bring like a packet of weed seeds in here and spread them around.
Mr. Hamish, can you explain to us what happened to the colonial collection? It seems somewhat depleted.
Most likely maintenance work, tidying up.
Oh, that's a lie.
Not sure then, but you're the deputy director.
Well, I am busy. I cannot be everywhere at once.
No, you're a liar.
As deputy director, how was your relationship with Montague Dunn?
Not good.
To be honest with you, Mr. Holmes, it could have been better.
Right, he didn't want anyone else's name on the
he would
thing.
carry out his inspection of the gardens, but it was solely to make an impression. Great pretense that he cared at all. He would give out absurd orders, ignoring anyone else's opinion. He would then disappear for the rest of the week. He was what some might call a man of action. I'd say rather he was overzealous and chaotic. So after all, it was no wonder, perhaps, that he ended up like that, if you take into consideration his kind of lifestyle.
Right, that he was drinking.
You mentioned that Mr. Dunn led a particular lifestyle.
Well, it's no secret that he enjoyed, celebrating, shall we say. He was a member of the London Smart Set. He was famous for it. That
And?
He had an eye for the ladies, to put it mildly, Mr. Holmes.
It was a man whore and a drunk.
Mr. Hamish, can you tell us who holds the keys to the locked greenhouses?
I do.
That would be Albert, Mr. Dunn's son. Yes, Albert keeps all the keys, and one can only imagine why.
What do you mean?
Well, he was never interested in Kew Gardens before, and now all of a sudden he is trying to act as if he owns the place. I think he wants to take over the management here. He'd do better to leave that to me. He has no experience. No, none at all.
So I'm suspecting this guy right now. Obviously.
What is your opinion of Albert as a student of botany?
He's useless. I often tell him so, and I can only give him cleaning tasks. Botany is not his life's work, and his father well knew it. He was furious about it.
He was?
Oh, yes. He forced his son to work here, and he never missed an opportunity to criticize him publicly.
Are you able to elaborate on that?
Well, for example, with our last exhibition here, Mr. Dunn had Albert make a presentation speech. But then, while the lad was speaking, Mr. Dunn interrupted him, asking him difficult questions, making him look like a failure. It was with the intention of making a fool of him, Mr. Holmes.
That must have been terribly humiliating.
Yes, he was crushed, and he had to leave. Everybody was making fun of poor Albert. That is, except for Miss Margaret White, who was such a nice lady and who always takes pity on Albert.
Okay.
You mentioned a Miss White. Would you tell us more about her?
She is a student who works here part-time. She is quite charming indeed. She possesses a great talent for botany. You should take a look at some of her experiments that she carried out in the laboratory. Ah, if only she were not so naive.
Why naive?
The way she used to flutter around Mr. Montague Dunn. And he couldn't help but be flattered by all her attention. How could an intelligent woman such as Miss White not see through his game? I can only scratch my head and wonder.
Tell me, Mr. Hamish, do you grow the more deadly variety of plant here?
You mean insectivorous? Yes, but nothing larger than that.
Thank you, Mr. Hamish. We shall continue our investigation.
We're gonna go talk to Albert and get the access to the keys of the places. The things. Hello, Albert. I hear you've got the keys.
Who is Miss Margaret White?
Ah, she is the young lady who studies with me. She visits here sometimes to help out with the greenhouses. In fact, she should be here today. She wanted to work at the seed house.
But she's a slacker.
That's the small greenhouse across from the large glass house.
Okay.
We noticed that a part of the colonial collection has been cleared.
Ah. At the moment, I'm just dealing with the storage room. I don't know much about the other rooms.
You're lying.
I imagine that your relationship with your father may have been a strained one.
Yes. I cannot say that he was a kind man, for he never listened to me at all. He forced me to work here. But now, after his death, I've been pondering it over. Perhaps he wasn't so wrong about me after all. I have to follow his path, and I have to manage Kew Gardens. And I can do it. I can be as good as any other who works here.
Yeah, I'm not convinced this guy's guilty.
Would you please tell us about Martin Hamish, the deputy director?
Well, I have to tell you that Mr. Hamish is not and has never been the deputy director of Kew Gardens.
What?
My father would not have tolerated it.
Indeed. That is most interesting. He told us that he was.
Yes, because he believes that the management should be passed down to him now that my father is dead. But in actual fact, Mr. Hamish only has the honour of being the garden's longest-serving employee. In fact, if we are to think logically at all, it should be me who takes over the management of Kew Gardens.
Do you not have a good relationship with Mr. Hamish?
I suppose so. But we have very little in common. Mr. Hamish loves his plants and Kew Gardens, and I cannot say that I share his passion.
I see. And how was his relationship with your father?
Oh, he hated my father. It was obvious. He would be furious whenever my father boasted of Kew Gardens in the newspapers or at conferences. He was convinced that my father was stealing all of the credit for himself. But my father treated Mr. Hamish in the same way as he treated anyone. Dismissively. With indifference.
Okay, let us into places. Let's go.
Do you hold the keys to all of these locked doors?
Yes, you can have them. But I cannot give you the keys to the cloakroom. The employees' effects are private. I am sure you understand.
No. No, I do not.
Thank you, young man. We shall see you again soon.
All right. I cannot let you into the place that we keep our cloaks. Because I've got an invisibility cloak, and I don't want... No, it's not, you dummy. And I don't want anyone knowing about my invisibility cloak. All right.
French wine. A remarkable vintage.
A decanter.
Champagne. Montague Dunn had good taste.
All right, he was a drunk, but he was a good drunk. Oh. Is this going to vibrate for us? No. Okay, we're going to have to... Oh, well... will not be saved. Yes, that's fine. We're going to have to figure out the combination.
A photograph of Montague Dunn and Reynold Hamish.
Oh, Martin's father, brother, sister?
Newspapers discussing Kew Gardens.
The Kew Gardens team was pleased to announce the successful production of a new variety of barley, one that retains a complete resistance to the cold. They have named it the Siberian barley. Mr. Martin Hamish, the proud cultivator of the graft, will hold a press conference next Monday morning upon this very subject. Good for him. It's quite a discovery. My dearest Margaret, following our last conversation, I believe it might be better if you vacate your position here at Kew Gardens. As you pointed out quite bluntly, you are no longer in need of my support. You are quite able to stand up for yourself in this world, as you say. Well, I'll give you back your freedom. And wish you nothing but good luck. Montague Dunn. Okay. I don't know the safe combination, man. Watson, do you know the combination to the safe? Do you have any idea what the combination to the safe might be? No. Idiot. Okay. What is this?
Locked.
Stop saying that. Ooh, gas maskies. Laboratory table. Wet bottle trace.
There was a bottle here. It left behind a trace of the substance that pervaded the laboratory.
The laboratory.
Several drops of the substance were spilled. Someone carried this bottle around.
And now we're going to follow it.
Several drops.
Yep, okay.
Gold dust? Good heavens. What's it doing here?
The gold is almost immune to chemical attacks, so it may be a valuable auxiliary for various experiments.
But why would anyone perform such experiments in a botanical garden?
The bottle is no longer here, but it is possible to detect a faint scent. We need a good nose.
Toby. All right, we're going to bring Toby back here. Yeah.
Gloves, waterproof aprons, everything one might need for self-protection.
Do they grow dangerous plants here?
Well, there's like herbicides and stuff too, right?
Such masks are generally worn when dealing with toxic chemicals. It appears as though the protective equipment is missing from here.
Wow, that's the one we saw in the fire. Derp.
Locked.
Holmes,
Okay.
Albert Dunn didn't give us the key to this door.
Right.
It does not matter. We will open it.
We're going to force the lock. Okay. Why couldn't we do this for all the locks? Why were we crippled previously by the lack of lock? Lack of key. Okay. 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 Wait a minute. What is... Oh, what the hell? What the hell? Okay. Okay. Hang on. So absolutely, positively... maybe like that. Because, yeah, so that works. Then, nope. Damn it. Okay. Like that. Like that. Okay. Oh no, hang on. Oh, because now it moves. Now it causes both to move. What the hell? Okay, so that's... That's clearly there. Right? Maybe down a titch. And then that'll come off for a moment so that that can line up. Yeah, look at us. Holy moly.
Open.
That was a complicated lock. That was ridiculous.
Miss White's locker.
All right. What are you hiding, Miss White? Ooh.
These jewels must be worth a small fortune.
It's a weird thing to keep in your locker at work.
A vanity purse. It is of high quality.
So, Mrs. White is a high roller. Margaret, we were surprised to receive your letter. How could you think to ask us for money after all these years that have passed since you left, and without any thought of us? You have never shared us any detail of your success at the university, but you chose to do so now? We suppose you must be ashamed of us, for we are not from the same high class as your new friends. Yes, we are modest people, but you should learn to put your family first, as we at home have always done, and none of us have compromised their reputations. None of us ever compromised their reputations, as it appears you have already with your employer, Mr. Dunn. No, Margaret, it is you who makes us feel ashamed. I know, dear Margaret, I know how your financial troubles are overwhelming you at this present time. Please let me reassure you that I could not permit you to remain in such a dilemma. I was born of a wealthy family. I would consider it an honor if you might accept my help. Your devoted servant, Albert. Okay.
Apparently, Miss White is a capable student. A draft of the letter that Miss White sent to her parents.
Okay. I don't need to read that letter? Dear Mother and Father, I am writing this letter with reluctance to ask for your help. My studies and my housing costs have proven to be more expensive than I had anticipated. I fear, therefore, I may not be able to manage in the long term. I know that we have had our disagreements in the past, but would you be so heartless as to allow your daughter to fail her studies due to lack of money? It's a bit abrasive. All right.
Martin Hamish's locker.
The guy I'm suspecting here. It's a nice photo.
Father and I. Kew Gardens.
Is there some sort of like rightful heir stuff that's going to happen here?
A review on rare and exotic plants. Martin Hamish has written several pieces.
Good for him, man. Mr. General Secretary, recent events unfolding at Kew Gardens oblige me to renew my application for the management position. As I have stated already in my previous letters, I believe that no one is better suited for the post. While Mr. Montague Dunn was alive, I understood your reservation to my suggestion. Your reasons were political, so I was happy to comply. However, but now the Kew Gardens lie in disorder. How can I stand by and allow it? How can I leave them in the hands of an inexperienced people with no motivation? I must urge you to cast your decision as a matter of urgency so that I may devote myself entirely to the noble task ahead and free my mind from this uncertainty.
Martin Hamish studied chemistry. Interesting.
So he wanted the position, and Montague was definitely in the way of that.
Albert's locker. Specialist articles on shipyards and ship construction. Albert Dunn has a great passion for shipbuilding and the sea. Young Albert, standing with a woman in front of London University.
Is that woman Mrs. White? So, I'm kind of suspecting that maybe there was something actually going on between Margaret and Albert.
A rejection letter from the British Royal Naval College.
Sir, it is my regret to inform you that despite your excellent results within our entry examinations, we were unable to invite you into the Royal Navy School. Your father, Mr. Montague Doone, has expressed his intention to entrust you the directorship of the Royal Botanic Gardens in Kew, and it is clear that he would not release you for an entire year of naval training. Please accept all our best wishes for your future at Kew Gardens. Yours very faithfully, J.M. Lumberton, Director of the Royal Navy Training Center. So, it was Montague's intention that Albert taketh over of the garden responsibilities. Can we close this door just so that... Yeah, okay. We're just gonna... We were snooping and we're not going to cover... Oh, yeah, perfect. Okay. Tracks are covered. No one will know. No. Never happened. Excellent.
Chemicals. A sufficient quantity for some serious experiments.
Okay. A lot of photographs in this
A
game.
phonograph used
Oh,
for
phonograph.
voice recording.
Never mind.
Remarkable.
Yes, this is quite a modern laboratory.
Let's take a listen.
Martin Hamish's perception of plants. The notion of communication in the plant world has long been considered marginal, yet I remain convinced that some plants do indeed transmit chemical signals in the event of attack.
A study report by Martin Hamish.
All right. What about this other one?
I don't hear anything.
Well, yep. Shut up.
And it seems clear from these multiple experiments that plants do respond to their environment and have a form of consciousness. Margaret White, February 1895. Report number 245.
Study report.
Okay. I'm guessing we're going to find one to play in there.
This is a table for experiments. It resembles my own.
Only this one is kept in good order, Holmes.
That's a bit of a jab at me, don't you think? Bit abrasive. All right.
A botany book.
Oh, out of Botanical Gardens.
This student's book belongs to Albert.
That is suspicious. What? No, he's... Makes sense, doesn't it?
The employee's cloakroom.
All right. So, I think we've examined all of the things that we're going to examine in this room. What else was locked to us previously? The nursery? Was that locked?
Nursery. Locked.
Aha. And so was the seed... I don't want to go in the seed room. Gross.
A thesis written by Martin Hamish.
Good for him. He really is a go-getter.
A glasses case. It is empty. This area serves as Martin Hamish's office.
All right.
This poster is for an exhibition that Martin Hamish was directing, but it had nothing to do with Kew Gardens.
Okay.
This certificate belongs to Martin Hamish. He won a horticultural competition.
So yes, he's super passionate. Super passionate.
We can see the interior of the Colonial Collection Room from this window.
Interesting.
An award presented to Martin Hamish for Best Grower of the Year. A master's degree diploma. It belongs to Martin Hamish.
So he's a a smart guy too. If he were going to use plants or chemistry to kill someone,
These young plants
would be able
must be
to.
delicate if they are kept in the nursery.
he would have that know-how. Okay, on to the next room.
The seeds of plant species are stored here.
Is this the seed room? The seed house? The house of seeds? It's not as, it's not what I thought it would be. Watson?
Locked.
Oh, no, that was the nursery. Seed house. Here we are. The perversion begins. Oh. Hello,
Look,
Margaret.
Holmes, this charming lady must be Miss White. She's entering the seed house.
Ew, Margaret. Margaret, what's wrong with you? You just... I just want to kill him. You know?
Open.
He did that like a proper Jedi.
Good day to you, miss. You have some very beautiful plants here.
Why, thank you, sir. And good day to you, too. But...
Oh, I do beg your pardon. My name is Dr. John Watson. This is my good friend, Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I am honored to make your acquaintance, gentlemen. My name is Margaret White. Excuse me, but are you Sherlock Holmes, the great detective?
Oh, she's a...
Yes, I am he.
What a pleasure to see you here at Kew Gardens. Are you working on a case?
She's flirting with me.
Yes, a theft of plants that took place here a few days ago after their most recent exhibition.
Oh, yes, of course. I quite forgot about that.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's quite understandable that you might forget about the theft of the plants, miss, after the tragedy that took place here.
Yes. The director was a truly good man. It is such a terrible misfortune.
I think she's flirty and a little ditzy. I don't think she's guilty yet.
Would you happen to know why part of the colonial collection was cleared?
No, I have never been there.
Do we know that that's not true?
Do you work here?
Part-time only. I am a biology student at the London University. I attend the same classes as the son of Mr. Montague Dunn. That is how I found my chance to work here for part of my thesis, you see. It is a great honor.
How well did you know Mr. Montague Dunn?
Were you sleeping together?
He was a master, a great leader. I saw him almost as a spiritual father.
So you called him Daddy?
He had an exceptional nature?
Oh yes, indeed. He was always so active and so optimistic and very nice to me. Although he could behave harshly towards his son.
Why so?
He loved his son dearly and wanted the very best for him. It made him extremely demanding. Albert, who is naturally shy, suffered because of it.
How'd you get in here? We had the keys.
Most of the doors in Kew Gardens are locked. Do you have a key to this room?
Oh, yes. Albert gave me a set of duplicate keys. He agreed I might carry out my studies without disturbing him. It is only temporary.
So they had the means to lock doors. Both Albert and Margaret. Assumedly, Martin didn't have that ability. Expensive perfume. So she is a poser. Yeah, she's poor. But wears nice clothing and spends beyond her means. What else am I looking for? Oh. Unmarried.
Thank you, miss. None of the 3 people who work at Kew Gardens know why half of the colonial collection was cleared.
Or so they say.
So, someone is lying. It is obvious.
All right.
From here, we are unable to see the interior of the colonial collection room.
Right, Martin must know. Martin's full of it.
These leather gloves are new and of good quality. They do not appear to have been used.
Okay.
A book about ships. Nothing at all to do with plants.
Well, this is Albert's desk, then.
Materials for college study. They belong to Albert. This place serves as Albert's office.
All right. Nothing wrong with having an office. Or is there? Bum-ba-dum. Okay. We're reaching that part of the case where I'm not sure what to do. Well, thank you for your time, madam. Okay. Now what? There's no... Why is this an object of interest? Just... Watson, you stupid son of a donkey-loving... We've been all through here. This is the... Is a Mexican room?
According to this, they have light and...
Yeah, well, we know that. There's no, like, further examinations of this room. This is the scene of the crime. Although we're not even investigating the stolen plants anymore. What was this thing on the floor? Okay. Nothing. Nothing. I don't know. Do we go talk to the other guys now that we've checked out the how do I get out of here? Is this where I just came from? Yes. Watson. Quit. Just quit. Just quit, Watson. You're a terrible doctor. You're a horrible friend. You're an awful lover. I'm wondering if we can talk to Martin again now that we've, or even you. Yeah. What, now that we've snooped? We know about you, you're into ships. Dream of entering the Navy, yeah.
I perceive that you are passionate about the Royal Navy.
Passionate? No, not really. I like ships, that is all.
Are you quite sure? You do not seem to be so interested in plants.
It's difficult, that's all. My future is here. It has never been about anything else.
Oh. But maybe your father being alive was preventing you from pursuing your actual dreams.
And yet I know that the Royal Naval College rejected your application.
Ah, you truly are as clever as they say. Yes, that's correct. And in fact, my father was strongly against the idea. He did his best to ruin my plans, although I almost did succeed. But my dreams were shattered, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you, young man.
Okay. So. Nope. Albert's ambitions and his thwarted by his son's dream of joining. Yeah. Albert had a motive to kill his father, Montague Dunn had thwarted Albert's dream of joining the Royal Navy by killing his father. Dunn had thwarted Albert's dream by killing his father. Albert could have his revenge and eventually succeed in his father's place. Joiner of the queue. Seems a bit far-fetched. Thank you for watching. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Please do all three. Next time, we're gonna talk to Martin and say, "Hey, what's up, man? We know you killed him." I actually don't know anymore. Margaret White seems super innocent, but maybe that's why she's not. Who knows? But until then,